Hello everyone. Students, today we are going to study the concept of amplitude modulation. In this lecture, we will discuss the concept of amplitude modulation, expression for modulation index, and the importance of modulation index. There are different types of modulation techniques. Basically, there are two types: continuous wave modulation techniques and pulse modulation. Under the continuous wave modulation techniques, there are two subtypes: amplitude modulation and angle modulation. And under pulse modulation, there are again two types: digital modulation and analog modulation. Today, we are going to concentrate only on amplitude modulation. What do you mean by the modulation? The modulation is defined as the process in which some characteristics, that is, amplitude, frequency, or phase of high frequency wave is altered in accordance with the instantaneous value of some other signal, that is called as modulating signal. The information signal that we want to transmit is usually called modulating signal. It may be voice, video, or binary data. The high frequency signal which is being modulated is called the carrier, and the carrier is usually sine wave and considerably higher than information signal. The information signal may have any shape. The carrier after modulation is known as modulated signal. There are three cases may arise. Since there are three parameters of the carrier wave, any one parameter can be varied keeping the other two constants. Now, before calculating the modulation index for amplitude modulation, let us see what are the advantages of modulation. And as you know, the antenna size gets reduced because of the modulation techniques. The communication range can increases. No possibility of mixing of the signals. The bandwidth can be adjusted. The reception quality of the signal is improved, and multiplexing of signals is possible. Now, what do you mean by amplitude modulation? As you know, there are three parameters of the carrier wave. Any one parameter can be varied keeping the other two constants. So in amplitude modulation, when amplitude of the carrier wave is varies in accordance with the variation of modulating voltage. Now let us see the modulating signal, sine signal, and the carrier wave. So the modulating signal or message signal is the low frequency signal, and the carrier wave or carrier signal is the high frequency signal. So when the amplitude of the carrier wave is varies according to the variation of modulating voltage, we will obtain the modulated signal, that is amplitude modulated signal. Now let us discuss the concept of modulation index. What is modulation index? This modulation index, or it is also called as a modulation depth, it measures the level of modulation, and it is defined as the ratio of the amplitude of modulating signal to the amplitude of carrier signal. Now let us discuss about the modulation index. We will obtain an expression for modulation index, and as you know, in this amplitude modulation there are two signals, modulating signal and the carrier signal. So we must know the equation for modulating voltage. So this is the equation of modulating voltage is given by Em is equal to capital Em cos of omega t, where this Em is the peak amplitude of the wave and omega m is the angular frequency. The carrier voltage given by Ec is equal to Ec cos of omega ct. Note that the phase angle has been ignored in both expressions since it is unchanged by the amplitude modulation process. Even if we include phase angle, it will not affect the result but unnecessarily complicate the expressions. Hence, for simplicity, the theta has been dropped in these equations. When a carrier wave is amplitude modulated, the amplitude of the carrier voltage waveform is caused to vary directly with the modulating voltage. So if capital A is a new amplitude in according to the definition of amplitude modulation, the equation of the new amplitude is given here. A is equal to Ec plus Em cos of omega mt. The modulated carrier wave expression is E is equal to A sine of omega ct. Substitute the new amplitude in this equation, and after solving we will have the equation E is equal to Ec in bracket 1 plus ma cos of omega mt into cos of omega ct, where ma is a modulation index. Now in this case, the cos of omega mt is varying between +1 to -1. So for maximum amplitude of modulated signal, we can substitute in earlier equation cos of omega t value equal to 1. So the equation is Ec max is equal to Ec in bracket 1 plus ma. So therefore the modulation index equal to Ec max minus Ec divided by in total divided by the Ec. Similarly, you can obtain the minimum amplitude by substituting in earlier equation cos of omega mt is equal to -1. So the equation is modulation index ma is equal to Ec minus Ec minimum and whole divided by the Ec. Now these are the two equations 1 and 2. You can equate and the equation becomes twice EC is equal to EC max plus EC minimum. That is the third equation. Similarly, by adding 1 and 2, we will have the equation twice MA is equal to EC max minus EC minimum and whole divided by the EC, and this equation is the fourth equation. Now using the equation 3 and 4, the equation of modulation index becomes EC max minus EC minimum, this whole divided by EC max plus EC minimum. And this equation is useful to determine modulation index. Now we shall discuss about the importance of modulation index in amplitude modulation. In amplitude modulation, modulation index is the ratio of peak amplitude of modulating signal to the peak amplitude of carrier signal. After modulation, the information is present in the variation of the carrier amplitude. The modulation index determines the strength and the quality of the transmitted signal. The relationship between the amplitude of the modulating signal and carrier gives rise to three different situations depending upon the modulating signal amplitude less than or equal to or greater than carrier amplitude. First case, if EM is less than EC, the situation is known as under modulation. So, the value of modulation index is MA is less than 1. Since MA is the ratio of EM upon EC. So, if EM is less than EC, so the MA value is less than 1. And this situation is nothing but the under modulation condition. The amount of carrier amplitude variation is small, and then the audio signal transmitted is weak. As the amplitude of the modulating signal is less than carrier amplitude, the distortions will not occur. The modulated output voltage waveform for different values of modulation index is shows in these following figures. The ideal condition for amplitude modulation is the value of MA equal to 1 when EM is equal to EC. Since it produces the greatest output at the receiver with no distortion. This is the ideal condition. If the amplitude of the modulating voltage is higher than carrier voltage, the modulation index will be greater than 1. This will cause severe distortions of the modulated waveform, and the situation is known as overmodulation. The third figure is the overmodulated signal. The waveform is flat near the zero line in case of overmodulated signals. The received signal will produce an output waveform in which negative peaks of signal will be clipped off. This condition must be avoided as it results in distortion of the modulating signal. Next, the modulation index can be determined by measuring the actual values of the amplitude of modulation voltage and carrier voltage. It is usually calculated from modulated wave, which is given in the earlier equations. We can observe the waveforms on oscilloscope screen and measure the E max and E minimum, and from that we can calculate modulation index. When E minimum is equal to 0, the E max will be 2 times EM, where EM is the peak value of modulating signal, and the modulation index is equal to 1 or 100%. So that type of the signals is called as a fully modulated signal when the 100% modulation takes place. The condition is MA should be equal to 1. In practice, it is desirable to use modulation index as close to 100% as possible. So the maximum information signal amplitude is transmitted. More information signal power is transmitted, thereby producing a stronger, more intelligible signal. When the modulating signal amplitude varies, it is difficult to maintain 100% modulation. A voice signal, for example, changes amplitude as person speaks. Then only peaks of the signal produces 100% modulation. Now let us summarize the today's lecture. As we have discussed the need of modulation. As you know, because of the higher frequency signals in modulation, the antenna size is reduced. Wideband signal that is wideband signal is converted into the narrowband signal. Interference and the poor receptions are causes when no modulation is there. So to avoid the interference and the improve the quality of the signal, these modulation techniques are required. And the modulation index measures the level of modulation. And the ideal value of modulation index for amplitude modulation is 1. So, in today's lecture, we have discussed about the concept of amplitude modulation and the modulation index, and from the value of the modulation index we know the percentage of modulation. This is all for today's lecture. Thank you.